Spoiler alert for Breaking Bad. Lord of the Rings. They smoke in Lord of the Rings.
I was gonna ask who in Middle Earth would have the best grass.
Do you have any? Do you know what you want to say about Breaking Bad? So the question is, would Breaking Bad still happen if the United States had better health care?
I'm viewing this through the lens of his entire life up to the beginning of the show is the exact same. So
Yeah.
it's not like.
And then he gets cancer.
I'm also leaning towards no because in the beginning of the show, Walter is pretty willing to go into into a life of crime. I think that it was just more of like a reason for him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that regardless, the answer is probably no, just because of who Walt is as a person.
But think about it, because he's still going to go on the ride along, and he's still going to see Jesse. So is he going to rat out Jesse? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then is he going to go to Jesse's house and talk to him? You know?
Yeah.
Like the yes timeline,
Okay.
as in Breaking Bad still happened. Reason number one why Breaking Bad would still happen, because Walter doesn't want to go on the government dollar.
Yeah. He wants to die on his own terms.
Yeah.
Even when he's presented the opportunity, like
I mean, there is a guy who's going to pay his bill.
Yeah, Gretchen and Elliot. But that's kind of like he's got like a personal vendetta kind of against them, so that might be why. It might. He's like, I'm gonna die on my own terms. I don't want you to see me like struggling.
We'd have to know what his like political views. Like if he would have a personal vendetta against like welfare. But
Yeah.
I know he's a public school teacher, so he probably wouldn't mind as much. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they ever really give any hints as to Walter's.
no, yeah. It's kind of a...
I mean, he works with neo-Nazis at the end of the show, but that has nothing to... It's not politically motivated, it's just because he has... Like, that. Those are his strongest allies.
Yeah.
He's using them.
He doesn't care as long as
Yeah.
he's going to use them.
It's not
And so it could be the
idealistic.
same thing with
Yeah.
the... If he just walked in and they were like, this is what we're going to do, then he'd be alright. And his family would help him walk through it. But he doesn't tell his family right away, does he?
No, he doesn't.
It's like episode 4 or 5 they find out.
I think Jesse finds out first.
Episode 2 is the episode where he has to blow up that shit in the RV and and like gas those
He's
guys.
just calm.
Jesse's like, "Why are you doing this, man?
Yeah.
You just decided to break bad?"
Yeah.
And then he starts coughing
He finds out
like, during that conversation.
it's like his aunt.
Well, wait. Do you think he would refuse like healthcare if the government was going to pay for it? Because I don't.
I feel like probably if he didn't, he might not want to, because I still think Walter is like, I still think he wouldn't want that.
I don't think he'd like it.
But if he didn't have an easy excuse not to get it, I think he would take it, because he also does end up getting on treatment, right? Towards the beginning of the show, he agrees that he's like, initially he's reluctant, and then they convince him, and he's gonna go through with it and everything. So I think he would.
He would still just tweak off the cancer.
Yeah.
Even if he was receiving care, because he was receiving care for most of the show.
Right. His cancer.
Skylar was taking money from those people for most of it, right? What isn't that? Doesn't he find out that she was taking money from them
So
to pay for it? So that's like the first 3 seasons, I think.
if I remember correctly, because I haven't watched the show through in like probably a couple of years, I believe that Gretchen and Elliot do pay for his treatment for a while, and then he has a falling out with Gretchen, and they withdraw their funding for his treatment. And Walter, like Skylar, doesn't know why. Walter tells Skylar that he comes up with this lie that Gretchen and Elliot are going bankrupt, and that like this is just something that they can't afford. But I think he is accepting money from them for a while.
Wait. Doesn't he say he's accepting money, but he's actually cooking meth? And then Skylar's talking to Gretchen at one point, and she finds out that they're not giving him money.
That was the lie.
And then she's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it."
That's
And Walter White.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so yeah. They never accepted money, but Gretchen found out.
Can't you see that I
Yeah.
Skylar
on my
thought,
side to kill Gus?
you know.
But I think maybe towards the end of the show, because Walter makes that agreement with them when he drops off like a bunch of cash.
The final episode.
The very last
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
Yeah.
So they must have started accepting money from them at some point.
I'll go ahead and I'll read the AI overview.
80
I said,
million.
do Gretchen and Elliot give money to Walter?
Uh-huh.
It says, yes, Gretchen and Elliot do give money to Walt's son, Walt Jr., though not to Walter. In the series finale, Walter White can... Okay, so basically it's saying that he's using them as a funnel for his money.
Okay.
So I don't think they ever give money to Walter.
80
Okay.
million.
He just lies about it.
He lies about it, and then he has to lie to Skylar about why they're with
Why they stopped.
Yeah.
And he said that Gretchen lied to Skylar, and he made...
Yeah.
Because they're going bankrupt.
He was like, oh yeah, she's just trying to, but actually they're going bankrupt, to like kind of embarrass them and like,
Yeah. Yeah. The United States has healthcare, right? He gets his normal healthcare. He's still making meth just because he's like, fuck it, I'm crazy. And then he goes into that fugue state in season 2.
Yeah.
I guess, do you think he would go to therapy or like emotional counseling or something after that point? Like because of the healthcare, like they would just enroll him in like something like that? Would going to therapy take him away from cooking meth?
I feel like obviously a lot of this conversation hinges on Walter's personality. I think maybe.
And where you think he switched?
I guess maybe a bigger question would be like, if you're viewing Walter as less of like a individual person and more as like an idea, kind of like more of the embodiment of like this kind of person, somebody who's like prideful and everything. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if he would accept treatment.
It could be kind of like The Sopranos, right? Don't they go to therapy in that?
Yeah.
That's like the whole.
Yeah.
If Walt went to therapy, would his therapist be able to convince him to stop making meth? I don't know.
I think that he's less likely to have gone down that path, regardless. And I think people that are in similar scenarios, I think that it is less likely to happen if the American healthcare system was better and if it didn't leave you with a mountain of debt.
I don't think the show would exist if
Yeah.
healthcare was better.
Yeah.
But Walter himself, Breaking Bad, I think personally the moment for me where Walter decides to break bad is the moment he sees Jesse coming out of the second store window.
Yeah.
In episode 2 or 1.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but I think that moment is the moment he knows he's at least going to try to talk to Jesse.
Yeah.
Because in that scene where he talks to Jesse,
earlier it was his birthday party and
80
they're already
million.
He's already been diagnosed with cancer and they're telling him about the treatment. He goes home for his surprise birthday party and Hank is, everybody's there, they're all hanging out, and Hank is like, oh, turn the news on,
Uh-huh.
And then they, I just did this big drug bust. Look, I'm
he sees all the money.
He sees all the money.
So he's thinking about the money before he sees Jesse.
Yeah, he's like, how much money is that? And Hank's like, oh, a couple mil.
A couple million.
You know?
And he's like, shit, that would solve my problems.
Yeah.
But then the other component of it is how much he wants to set his family up. He doesn't just want to get cancer free. He wants his family to be happy.
I think a lot of...
So he could still see that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the answer I think is no, but and the reason that the show continues and might still continue even if healthcare was better come purely down to Walter's own personality as an individual. But I think on a larger scale, you would be less likely to have people like Walter that are basically so desperate that they'd be willing to do anything. You know?
That's true. That's true. See, personally, I think Walter White, I think he's kind of destined to cook meth.
Yeah.
I think...
It feels that way.
Well, he's got the knowledge base for it. He loves doing it,
Yeah.
and he is unfulfilled at the start of the show. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's looking for fulfillment.
He's floundering. He's squandered... Is that the right word?
Squandered.
Yeah, squandered
He didn't
his
get...
career.
Yeah. The other guy ripped
matter.
him off, and even though he's like, I want to help you, like, he could still go there. They wouldn't have to offer him money, but he could still get pissed at Elliot for, like, taking his work and turning it into, like, so much money for himself.
But they even
nothing
hinted
for Walter.
They even hinted the show that, like, Walter screwed himself out of this Like
He was
Walter.
he humbled himself.
I don't. Did he?
Kind of.
Well,
Well,
I thought it was like he accepted this deal where it was like $10,000 worth of like stocks or what, like $10,000.
Yeah.
You know, or what? It was some shit like that. Like Walter throughout the entire show just has proven to be like very prideful and thinking that he knows better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's a complicated character.
I think he would still do it. I really think he would.
Yeah.
I think the show could exist if Breaking Bad had better. If the U.S. had better healthcare.
Because the show, is not about healthcare. The show is about a man who wants to break away, and like,
Did you sneeze?
the show is about a man who wants to break away and realize his like darkest fantasies and his darkest, you know. He wants to break bad. He just hates his life and he wants to basically be like, fuck you.
Yeah, I think he's kind of waiting for this moment to snap. So if it's not cancer, or if it's not the cancer it could still be like it could be any other financial hardship.
Yeah.
I mean, healthcare isn't the only thing that affects people's finances. I mean,
it doesn't even have to be financial, and for Walter,
it doesn't have to be financial either.
Any reason.
He just has to watch that show,
Yeah.
watch Jesse break out of that second story window,
Yeah.
and then go talk to Jesse afterwards, and he's in. I because he gets addicted to it. Like as soon as he sees it,
Yeah.
he's in on it. But I guess the question is, would he even go on that ride along if he didn't need the money? Like that is the inciting incident, is he sees the money on TV on his birthday party.
I guess there is just an alternate timeline where like
he comes home from the doctor and he's like, guys, I have cancer. It's gonna be treated. Look at this dog's ass. Oh, Appa. Okay.
Yeah.
Have we answered the question?
I
Breaking Bad?
feel like we could answer it better.
In summary, Breaking Bad would not happen if he could
It's
pay
less
for his
likely to
healthcare.
happen on a broader scale. Like less people would be willing to act desperately.
The show wouldn't get made.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it still could be made.
But
The only reason the show might still hold up is because Walter, as an individual with personal motives, has chosen to go down that path.
Walter White himself, I think, he's ready to snap
Yeah.
in that first episode. And I think it's the cancer diagnosis that does it. But who's to say it isn't just like,
I mean, on a broader scale of society.
that guy yells at him for jaywalking.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it.
I mean, on a broader scale, if people were more well taken care of in any facet of life, it doesn't have to just be healthcare. It could be anything. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Would the show happen? Because Walter is clearly, he's clearly suffering in a larger system, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the healthcare part of it is the final straw, but it's like...
If meth was legal, and they have that discussion sometime in the first season where he has the Cuban cigars with Hank.
Yeah.
If meth was legal, then he would just be a highly paid guy who makes meth legally.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like there's so many things you could change about the structure of society that would change the way that show went.
Yeah.
If we didn't, even if it wasn't legal, but if we didn't criminalize drugs as much as we do, then Hank he might not even be employed.
I feel like we're getting so broad now that like you could just say this with anything. Like, you know.
Would Breaking Bad still happen if he farted?
Yeah.
Walter White
Anything.
would break bad no matter what.
Yeah.
I think the show would obviously have to have a different conceit
Yeah.
if we had like national health insurance
Uh-huh.
or anything. I mean, even just if it wasn't the number one cause of bankruptcy, which it's actually number two. Number one is declining income.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm poor because I spent so much money that I don't have. And then number two is like, I'm poor because somebody told me I owed them so much money. So it's, in my opinion, number one cause of bankruptcies that shouldn't happen. The doctor should just get paid.
Yeah.
Not by me. It's not my job to pay the doctor. I just get hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like we're all just people. We should have a system that takes care of us, not just like we take care of us.
It is kind of ridiculous considering how like flimsy humans are. Like you just get hurt and it's like,
Yeah.
it's like
You might get cancer and then you have to cook meth.
I'm gonna pay that treatment because like the only alternative is like I die. You know?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna pay that.
We pay taxes. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's things that should exist.
Yeah. I would be okay with paying more in taxes if I actually was like saw the benefit, but
That's
I mean I pay taxes and it's like
You pay taxes, but you also pay rent. I mean, if you have to pay for insurance, that's a monthly payment they make you pay. You have to pay for car insurance every single month. That is rent.
Yeah.
And what do you get from it? You get in a car accident, they will fight you to
Yeah.
not give you the money that you gave them.
yeah.
Because they want to keep your money.
Isn't State Farm really bad about that?
Yeah, all the ones that, I mean, because how do you think they got the money to pay for the ads? It was from keeping it instead of giving it out when somebody has an accident. Like that's how they make money, is denial of service. Insurance makes money from denial of service. All insurance is just a big pot that like you and me, we decide something bad might happen, so we'll put some money in the pot. Something bad happens, you get into the pot. All it is just a group that gets together and decides to take care of each other. And then of course in our society, you need a guy to actually manage the funds. You need a guy to make sure nobody's lying about it, and you need to pay those people. They're still paying for ads to try to sell you insurance.
Yeah.
When like
Business.
it could just be one insurance. Could be one way, and instead, you get cancer, you gotta sell meth. Shit. We're fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know, is that the end?
I guess so.